Well, howdy, Michigan corn growers. It's your boy, Andrew Smith, your corn grower's summer intern, bringing you another spectacular #FarmVlogFriday. Under my hometown's definition of natural beauty, we think of flat fields with an ever-present horizon only blocked by the occasional tree line or windmill. However, this week I was refreshed by a change of scenery by appreciating the beauty of rolling hills and wooded forests as I made my way to Posen, Michigan. Yet the highlight of my trek up north was meeting, interviewing, and laughing with the owners and operators of Smolinski Green Acres Farms, Daniel and Waylon Smolinski. Without further ado, please enjoy our conversation.
So my great-grandparents on my father's side actually came over from Poland and settled in Posen, which is about 10 miles north of here. And they, obviously everybody farmed back then. You know, my dad grew up, they didn't even have a colored TV in his era. My dad's 68. And they would take school off to farm potatoes. They'd get like 2 or 3 weeks off, and all the kids in Posen would go dig potatoes by hand. So I can't complain to him. You know, if he says, "Can you get out and move that branch off the trail?" I can't be like, "Why? It's Sunday." That's not going to happen. So, but they came over. They started out, and it was hard back then.
All right, I did actually grow up north here on a dairy farm, 15 miles, and we grew potatoes, wheat, just a little bit of everything. Everything we did. A small farm. That's how we made our living. Small farm operation. But anyway. Then when I met my wife and I moved on to my father-in-law, I was working down south for 3 years, and then I decided to come and work with him. And so I gave a pretty good job down there, and I said, you know what, I'd rather farm up here. So
I ended up going to Kettering University. It was GMI Institute in Flint at the time, and to get a mechanical engineering degree. And I interned in Cincinnati at Ford Motor Company, and you moved every 3 months, back and forth. So when I was gone for that 4 years, I couldn't work at all on the farm. And one of the worst things for me down there, whether I was in Flint or Cincinnati or driving between them, was driving past farm fields. When I would see them working ground and smell that, or see them harvesting, I'm serious, I'd call home and, "Hey Dad, you know, like," And I wish we would have had Snapchat back then, because I at least could have lived through him seeing that, but I missed it. I mean, it tore at me. But my parents made me get a degree, and I knew I had to. And I did well in school. It was nothing like that. And when you go to Kettering, by the time you get done interning, the job's waiting for you if it went good. And I got offered a job with them and some jobs from my buddies that had gone to school with me. But I said, I'm the oldest one. I got to go home. You know, they're kind of going on their own. I'm going to help them update their computers, get a computer system going. And when I got home, I put off the jobs for a month. When I got home and started farming again, I just knew.
of course, you know, and I sure appreciate Waylon. My God, that guy is smart. Thank goodness he went to Kettering, went to school, and learned all about this software and everything. Because this farming operation would be done if it wasn't for him. So I love helping him fix his equipment. And he says, "Dad, what do you think?"
One of the things my dad did years ago when he went on his own with less acres was to start a feed store on the yard. And it started out with a fanning mill for cleaning grain for local farmers to bring like their oats or wheat. We'd clean it for them to plant. He got a mixer eventually and a grinder and started making feeds. And it was a hit. I mean, it really covered them through the years when they went on their own. And the corn, obviously the wheat, the oats is all our own crop. So, and that helped us with the neighbors. We can clean their grain, or if a guy only has a few acres of oats, we buy it from him. He doesn't have to find somewhere to go with it. We put it in our feed, you know, and we're that outlet for a lot of people around us, and it comes and goes. You know, maybe they have us plant a field for them that year because they don't know where to go with the crop, or they're busy with their other job, whatever it is. But that feed store, we've talked several years of times, it comes up, should we really be putting ourselves through this? Should we just do the cash cropping? But it's always made the payments. It's constant cash flow, you know, and it keeps someone to visit once in a while because it gets lonely when you're working around here. So,
and you know what? I like being here around the farm with my family. We got a lot of if you look around my farm, you can see we keep a real nice yard, but my equipment, it's older, but we wax it, we clean it, it's old, but it still gets us through. And it's nice to have new equipment, but I don't care about the new equipment. I care about good used equipment and taking care of it. That's how we get through this farm. So.
There's some really bad days. Yesterday my dad had a terrible day. Nothing went right. It was breaking down. And then it poured in the evening. And there's nothing like a rain in July. And it just reminds you, we're out right now in front of these fields. And we got to ride around, me and Andrew, and look around. And I'm proud of it. I mean, and then if I have to go spray or harvest and to drive in that, it's the reward of it. I mean, all that hard work is just what you have to put into it. But when you love it, you don't mind. But when things go right and you're out there in the evening riding that tractor sprayer, I mean, it just hits you. The view, the sunset, the crops. I love the land. I love it. I'm very conscious about chemicals. We don't overdo anything we don't have to. But then the flexibility. I mean, on a Wednesday, I can just go to my sister's by her pool and hang out with her nieces or take them fishing, and no one's on my back. I mean, and then you get some time off in the winter. I mean, the flexibility, you do a lot to earn that, but it is nice to be able to call your shots and run your own business.